Oh, wow. What's going on, everybody? What's happening? All right, look. Oh man, this actually so I'm up here watching this fight, but I wanted to come talk to you guys real quick. This day. What's going on, man? Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. What's going on, man? Come on in. Look, I just want to talk to you guys real quick about imagination, man. About how powerful your imagination is. I'm not even gonna be on here long, but that's what I want to do. I want to talk to you about your imagination. Your imagination. So come on in. I'm gonna start in 60 seconds. So I want you to come in because you got to hear what I have to say. You got to hear what I have to say. I'm telling you. So come on in. I'm starting in 60 seconds and we going at it. Won't be in front of you long, but what God shared with me to share with you, man, you need to hear this. So come on in, come on in. Yep. I'm going to go ahead and start sharing in about 20 seconds. About 20 seconds. All right. So I put this on. I started this and I didn't think this was going to be a good boxing match. So I was like, it's not going to be good. But actually, man, it's actually pretty good. It's pretty good. Well, look, here we go. Here we go. So here's why I'm here today, right? I'm here to share with you that whether you know it or not, whether you considered it or not, but God is interested in how you think. All right, this is critical. He's interested in how you think because he knows that wherever your mind goes, your life will follow. Let me know if you hear me. Wherever your mind goes, your life will follow. And God understands that. And so he also understands that we cannot live above our level, the level of our thinking, of our mindset. So if your mind or how you think is limited, guess what? Your life will be limited too. That's just how it works. That's how it works. Your life will be limited as well. So everything is a way of thinking. Everything. And so we're talking about not only imagination, but your spiritual imagination, because that is so critical. See, everything is a way of thinking. Like our mind is a magnet. It's a magnet. And what it does, it attracts into our lives our most dominant thoughts. It attracts all of that into our lives. We like mentally pull it into our lives. So I just want to tell you how powerful your mind is. If you ever had a concern or you was unaware, our mind is so powerful. Did you know that our mind can actually limit God's ability to move in our lives? Like God really has some plans for you. He has some plans for you. And your mind can prevent it, can limit it. Our mind is so powerful that it actually can separate us from God. Yep. Your mind can separate you from God. And I know some of you scholars out there, you may say, okay, no, in Romans it says that nothing can separate us from the love of God. Yeah, that is true. Romans 8:39 actually says nothing can separate you from the love of God. But I ain't talking about his love. Like no matter what you do, God loves you. Nothing you can do to prevent him from actually loving you. This is your father. So he loves you, man. No matter, you know what I'm saying? So a lot of we may mess up, we may do something that's off kilter, but it doesn't limit God's love for you. So there's absolutely nothing can separate you from his love. Nothing. Nothing can separate you from his love. But do you know that he can love you, but you actually not reciprocate that love to him. You know that? Like for real, have you ever been in a situation um, where you may know somebody who really into and love and cherish someone, but they're not treating them properly? They're like, yo, you loving them, but they're not loving you. They're not treating you the best. They're not giving you the best or their best. They're treating you as if you're like an afterthought, but you love them, huh? What I'm saying is that like you can love someone and they not love you back. And so in order to really get the benefits of everything that God has for you, even though he loves you because you matter, you know what I'm saying? Like he loves you regardless, even though he loves you. If you don't really reciprocate that love, you can't really benefit off of all of his goodness, man. You know what I'm saying? All his plans. You can't really benefit from that. So God understands and he knows that in order to shift your life, you have to really shift your mind. You have to shift your mind. Like this is really the entire premise of the Bible. Like the Bible is not only a book of theology, it's a book of psychology. It's a book of like our thought process, our mindsets, our mentality. It shows that from Genesis all the way to Revelation. Like the Bible is a book of psychology. It talks about mindsets. And here's the thing. Here's how I want to connect it for you. Because science, neuroscience, psychology, all of that is echoing. They're in like direct connection with what God is saying in the Bible. Direct connection with what God is saying in the Bible. You know what I'm saying? It's not separate. They're saying the same thing. Let me prove it to you. All right. So in order for me to prove this to you, man, you have to understand that our minds actually have like operates on two levels, right? Operates on the conscious and the subconscious, right? We have the conscious and we have the subconscious. Let me say that again. You have the conscious and the subconscious. You may have heard this before. Now the conscious mind is actually that part of our mind where we are aware of, right? Like we are aware, like our moment to moment thoughts. Like we're aware of in that moment. It's where our thinking is, or our decision making, our problem solving. All of that happens in our conscious mind. All of that. It's the moment to moment, step by step. That's all. Almost like if you're driving down the road, right? If you're driving down the road and you're trying to remember the if you should turn on the corner, if you should turn at the light. That moment, that's coming from your conscious mind. It's coming from your conscious mind. When you're trying to decide, okay, should I follow this direction? Or even when you're saying, okay, if you're steering and you're driving, that moment to moment awareness, that decision making, all that's coming from your conscious mind. But remember, we operate on two levels. Not uno, but dos. Two levels. All right? So the second level where we operate, so we have the conscious mind, we're operating on that level. The second level that we're operating on is the subconscious mind. The subconscious. I know you're probably writing this down. You're trying to really get this together. So take your time, because I'm going to take mine. So we operate on the conscious and the subconscious. And so the subconscious, if you think of like a submarine, it's actually below. You know what I'm saying? A subconscious is below our level of consciousness. That's actually where we store our beliefs, in our subconscious. That's where our habits are stored. All of the experiences, all that stuff that influences our behavior, influences our thinking, it influences our moment to moment, our day to day. All that stuff is stored in your subconscious mind, man. That's where it lives. And so our habits, our memories, our belief system, our emotions, those are actually in our subconscious mind too. Our automatic response when you're like, oh man, I wasn't even thinking. You just responded. That's in your subconscious mind. And your subconscious influences your behavior and your decisions. Sometimes even without you even knowing it. Without you realizing it. So it's like the huge memory bank, and it keeps record of everything. Subconscious keeps record of everything, your past experiences. I need you to get this. That there's a difference. Like the conscious mind is your awareness, your everyday moment to moment, and your subconscious is a little deeper. That's the bucket or the box or the area where your belief systems, your habit. Think about those habits we have, or those deep dark secrets. That's in your subconscious, right? Oh, those fears where you're afraid. That's in your subconscious. It's in your subconscious. And so it actually, the subconscious influences everything, man. It influences our decision. And so it significantly impacts our conscious decisions, our conscious mind, even when we're not aware of it. Studies show that our subconscious mind runs about 95% of our decisions. 95% of our decision comes from our subconscious mind. That's how powerful it is. That subconscious, like all of our issues that we go through, that's not coming from your subconscious. That's where it's coming from. It's all coming from your subconscious mind. That's where it is coming from. 95% of all of your responses, that's where it's coming from, B. Hey, how are you? Okay. That sexy lady just walked in and smiled and waved. So I'm really going to make this quick. But our subconscious, man, like I said, that's where your belief systems are, your habits, your values, your deep fears, your intuition, your desires. Your desires. Your desires are actually inside of your subconscious. Yeah. So it's powerful. And your emotions are inside of your subconscious. You know what else is inside of the subconscious? Your imagination. Your imagination, your creativity. I'm telling you, it is powerful. Everything is created twice. Everything in life is created twice. First in your mind and second in reality. Everything. I'm telling you, it has to, if you can see it here, then you can have it here. You can see it here, you can have it here. Your imagination is amazing. It's powerful. It's so powerful that God, it can really limit what God wants to do in your life. That's how powerful your imagination is. Let me prove it, because that's it. That's actually in the Bible too. I'll grab my little trusty glasses because I want to read this for you. Let your boy read this for you. I'm going to read Genesis 11. Genesis 11, verse 1 through 6. Genesis 11, verse 1 through 6. You ready? Here we go. It says, the whole earth had the same language and vocabulary. He's talking about Nimrod, Cush, and we're talking about the Tower of Babel. All right, you may have heard the story, the Tower of Babel. Here it says, the whole earth had the same language and vocabulary. As people migrated from the east, they found a valley in the land of Shinar, and they settled there. They said to each other, so they're talking, they're conversing to each other. They said to each other, come, let us make oven-fired bricks. And they also said, come, because they're talking to each other. This is a conversation. Let us build ourselves a city and a tower with its tops in the sky. Let us make a name for ourselves, otherwise we will be scattered throughout the earth. This is a conversation that they're having with one another. They're saying, hey, let's get together, let's get this brick, and let's build this tower that goes all the way up to the heavens. And here's what happened. In verse 5, it says, then the Lord came down to look over the city and the tower that the humans were building. So they're actually building this tower. And God, because he's omnipotent, you know what I'm saying? He knows everything. He was like, yo, these mammals down here, they thinking about something. Let me go see what they down here thinking about. Right? And so it says he went down and he looked. And he said, if they have it, basically, they have begun to do this as one people, all having the same language, then nothing they imagine to do will be impossible for them. He went down. So they were building this tower, right? And God went down and he looked and he said, yo, they're actually on the same. What's going on, bud? They're actually on the same accord. They're talking the same language. They're connected and they're working together. And they actually imagine building this thing up to the heavens. Yo, we have to do something. And so God came down, and what he did is he scrambled their language. So they really couldn't converse with each other. And so what I'm saying is that they hadn't even built it all the way up there. They were talking about it. They were planning. They were imagining. They saw it in their mind. I'm telling you, your imagination is powerful. Your imagination is amazing. Everything in life happens twice. Like it has to be created twice. First in your mind, and then second into reality. You have to create it in your mind first. So there's a story about Walt Disney from Disney World. He actually did not get a chance to physically see Walt Disney World, because he died before Disney World was open. And so I think he died like 4 or 5 years prior to them actually opening up Disney World. And when Disney World was finally opened in 1971, it was a reporter talking to Walt Disney's brother, and his name is, I think, Roy Disney, right? And so he's speaking to Roy, and he said, yo, this must be a bittersweet moment, a bittersweet day, because, it's sad that Walt never had the chance to see Disney World. He said it's sad that he never had a chance to see Disney World. And Roy, his brother, looked at him and he responded, he said, yo, if Walt didn't see it, we wouldn't be standing in it. Like, if he didn't see it, we wouldn't be standing in it. And the fact that he was able to see it in his mind is reason why we're able to walk in it now. Everything happens in your mind. Everything must be created twice. So anything you can imagine, anything you can imagine, you can do. You can see it in your mind, you can hold it in your head. It says in Ephesians, it says that God can do exceedingly and abundantly above all you can ask or think, or ask or imagine. So what it's saying is that God can exceed whatever you're creatively thinking, whatever you're actually imagining. God can exceed that. But guess what? You got to have something to imagine for God to surpass. For real. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're not thinking and being creative, you're not imagining, you're not sitting down and saying, okay, God, speak to me. Like, he has nothing to exceed. You can do anything if you set your mind to it. Absolutely, bud. You can do anything. Anything. If you can see it in your mind, you can hold it in your hand. Period. If you can see it in your mind, you can hold it in your hands. So I brought all that together because if you look at my title is Spiritual Imagination, right? So I brought all that together because the Bible talks about imagination. It talks about our mind a lot. Remember, I was talking about our conscious mind and our subconscious mind, and our subconscious mind runs 95% of our lives. Like that's where our desires are. That's where our habits, like those habits that we do, those deep fears that we have where we're frightened, all that lives in our subconscious mind. That belief system, that faith, those values, those emotions that you have, that's in your subconscious mind. And so I'm sharing with you how God is actually speaking about our minds. Because when you look at the Bible, when you read the Bible and it talks about the heart, the heart is not the thing pumping in your chest. It's not. It's not. In the Bible, the biblical heart means the subconscious mind. You're going to hear me talk about this a lot because I need you to get it. In the Bible, the heart means the subconscious mind. That's why it says in Proverbs 4:23, it said, guard your heart with all diligence because out of it flows the issues of life. That's Proverbs 4:23. He's not talking about the heart that's pumping in your chest. He said, guard your heart with all diligence because out of it flows the issues of life. Guard your subconscious mind. Remember, your subconscious mind like runs 95% of your life. 95 is operated by your subconscious mind. So God is saying, hey, guard that subconscious mind above all else because everything flows from that. Here's what it says in another translation. It says, keep watch over your heart because that's where life starts. Keep watch over your heart because that's where life starts. He said, hey, you really have to watch what goes into your mind because everything happens in your mind. Here's another translation of it. It's the NIV. It says, above all else. Above all else. Here's the key. Above all else, I want you to guard your heart. For everything you do flows from it. Above all else, guard your heart. So basically, I'm showing you that if the heart means the subconscious mind, and the subconscious mind, the studies show that it runs 95% of your life. That's where all of your issues, your emotions, your habits, your fears, your belief system, all that's inside of your subconscious mind. And the Bible said, hey, above all else, I want you to guard that. Because out of it flows everything you do flows from that. So, here's what I want you to know. If you're not where you want to be in life, no matter how much willpower you have, no matter how much you pray or you fast, chances are you have a subconscious program that's keeping you firmly stuck. That's the connection I need you to get. Chances are your subconscious programming is not wired for success. It's not wired for success. See, I'm telling you, your subconscious is powerful. So I want you to really don't be afraid of your creativity. You know what I mean? Like your imagination, man. It says God can exceed whatever you imagine. Imagination is powerful. It's powerful. And think about it. Everything we have, like if you look at your, where you live, someone had to imagine the sofa that I'm sitting on before they created it. Like someone had to actually creatively imagine the computer, social media, everything that we're connected. Someone had to imagine that first. They had to say it in their mind first. So that's why the Bible said, hey, that imagination is powerful. So I'm encouraging you, man, to just really spend time focusing on your mind. Spend time focusing on your mind. Bang. Spend time focusing on your mind. Because everything is a way of thinking. So if you're the type of person that says, okay, I love God, you know, I believe in God, I accepted Jesus, all of that, you have to understand that he's giving you a way to be prosperous. He's giving you a way to succeed. He's giving you a way to excel. You see what I'm saying? And he told you the way to do it is to put a lot of emphasis in this. In this. Because, listen, if your mind's not right, doesn't matter how much money you have. You know what I'm saying? If your mind's not right, get your mind right now. That's what he's telling you to do. Get your mind right. So I just wanted to share that with you, man. Imagination. God cares about how you think. He cares about that. He's interested in your mindset. Wherever your mind goes, your life will follow. Never, ever forget that. Okay? Never forget, wherever your mind goes, your life will follow. All right? So invest in this. Invest in this. And everything in your life will fall into place. That's what he said. You know, in Matthew 6:33, it says, seek first the kingdom of God, and all these things will be added to you. Seek him first. Do you know in order to physically seek, you have to think about seeking first? You have to think about, okay, how do I seek? Or, you know, I want to put a lot of time and energy in this. It starts here. So when you wake up in the morning, shift your mind to seek God. Everything starts here. I'm telling you, it starts with thoughts and then actions and then results. Thoughts, actions, results. Thought, actions, results. So get your mind right. That's all I want to say. That's all I want to say. Look, y'all have a beautiful, blessed Friday. I may come back again tomorrow just to share it again so you can hear it. Because you have to hear it. I got you. Have a blessed day. Later.